Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. And today we're together having a wonderful day on this. Sorry, we're playing the tower also. On this 19 October 2024, we're having the pleasure of doing a review of the movie The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, as you guys know, I'm aware of the slasher movie. I'm a huge fan of Chucky. I of course heard of Leatherface, which is the villain, and Chainsaw Massacre. But again, I never saw the movie. Now, I don't know if it's the remake, but it's the one where the kids, they take a house and then they don't have the deed to the house, so they basically steal the house. And then there's a survivor, which is a old woman. It's the one where there's like super social media. And to me, this is fucking. It was such a good movie. And honestly saying, I never watched the movie. I never had an idea on the movie. And this has possibly been my highlight of the October Spooktoberfest, or the Inktober, or the series of film. Because why do I like this movie so much? Okay, well, first of all, let's hear the story. We don't really get a intro to the story. There are these people, they coming from afar. There's this dead town. They want to relive the town, and there's this story where they meet a old woman, and they're saying, "This is our house. We bought the house." Now, technically, if you hear the story and you read between the line, the house has been bought, but it wasn't finalized. So they pay the money, right? And then the notary, they have to say, okay, well, you have this amount of time to get out. And they didn't. So she comes to the house and she's like, yo, you need to get out. And it's kind of cool because she's like, yo, you need to get out. And the girl's like, no, and she has a heart attack. So she basically leads to the heart attack that kills her. Now, the person in question is the mother of Leatherface, which is the bad guy here. What I absolutely love about this show is their how can I say that? The show is really well written. See, there's a Confederate flag. So for a lot of people, Confederate flag is the story of Americans. We're tracking this because we're also recording the tower. Today's a tournament. Today's a super important day. It's the first tournament after the update. And so yes, the Confederate flag for a lot of people. For a lot of people, not me, I'm not American. It's a story on the American soil. It's a story on how can I say that? How can I put this in retrospective? For a lot of people, it's a story of racism. There's this ownership of slave. It was the flag when owning slave was legal. For a lot of people, it's nothing more than history. And we saw with the election of the Trump election, when people literally took down statues. And to me, it's not the big problem isn't that you take down a statue. The big problem was what that statue meant. Like, I'm gonna tell you, okay, you guys are seeing this, the forest behind me. They could take it down, right, and build a fucking, I wouldn't even care, right? But then you realize that if you know where I live, there's a cemetery nearby to my house. And those trees are part of the cemetery, so they won't touch it. If they were to touch it, that would be sullying a resting place for departed, which is a kind of a religious place, right? So back to the story of Chainsaw Massacre. So they killed his mom, and I get a feeling we don't know why Chainsaw Massacre does what he does. We don't know why he is what he is. And I'll be completely honest, the reason why we don't know, it is kind of like a badass thing. It is absolutely badass. So for example, right, the very first movie that we saw this year for this Spooktober was Friday the 13th. And if you know the story of Friday the 13th, you know the story of Jason Voorhees. And because you know the story of Jason Voorhees, you understand where he's coming from, which is great. Then we saw Hart the Clown. And Hart the Clown, I don't know the story behind it, which adds that character a little bit. The fact that I didn't know much about Leatherface as a character. Leatherface is basically a guy that likes to, his mom dies, the first thing he does, he cuts the face, and he put it. Now, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, that's no problem. Shit. That's a big problem. Holy shit. If I tell you what happened, you won't believe me. I'm using the GoPro, and I had this thing with 3 extra batteries, just in case. And it fell on the balcony, and it fell out of the balcony. But I found the 2 of them, which is no problem. So back to the Chainsaw Massacre. Knowing that we don't know who he is, like his mom dies, and he cuts her face, and he wears it. Now we don't know where that came from. We know that it's called Leatherface, so the thing that's dark about him has to do with something with the face, right? It's only logical. It's only normal. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to assume that? And if I am, please correct me. So yeah, so this is the base of the movie, and what is crazy, but crazy cool. Holy shit. It's crazy cool. I think, oh my god. Yeah, this is so nice. I'm sorry, I'm playing the tower also. And because we're doing a tournament, the background changed. So yeah, so Leatherface. And there's a part of the movie which is a very, I wouldn't go as far as saying deep part, but a very, in my eyes, a very important part of the movie. And is he takes off the mask and he wears it. And in the part of the movie, he takes off her dress and he sniffs and he puts some makeup on the face. And you're like, does he want to be her? Does he miss her? Is that his way to cope with the death? Then we realize that this is the second part of a movie, because he destroys a wall and then he picks up the chainsaw, which is the weapon he used in possibly the first part. It's not precise, it's not clear, which is something that is my fault. I should have made my research before and after I watched the movie. That is completely up to me. So, that being said, the movie in itself is very gory. But it's supposed to be gory. A lot of people complain about the scene in the bus. So they're basically a bus, and the guy comes in with a chainsaw, and he kills everybody. So there's blood everywhere. There's blood. There's blood. There's blood. There's blood. But again, you're watching a scary movie. You're watching a horror movie. You're watching a movie where the main character, which is Leatherface, versus every single other characters. And when that gets violent, you're like, oh my god, too much violence. No, dude. You knew it was gonna be violence. That's what you signed up for. Enjoy the movie. That's on you. Lastly, but surely, what I love about the movie in itself is the relationship between the characters is very well pointed. So, for example, at the very first of the character, one of my favorite character is this dude, right? And this dude, he's an asshole, and he's like, yo, until I see a deed. So, like I said, they go to this house and they get the deed. They say, hey, this is ours. Please leave. They goes like, no, this is my house. So she died, and the guy takes revenge. Take off the key from the bus, and he's like, you're not getting away until you can prove that it's your house. If you can prove it, there's no problem. But basically, you commit a crime, and I'm not gonna let you go, which is step one. Step two, the sisters. Your sisters are really close. There's a group of 4 characters that comes into the city. And what I don't like about the movie, is that of the 4 characters, only the sister matters. The girl, she get killed, the dude get killed I would say very early on, but you don't have that much importance. And so that's the problem. We have the girl, which is the sole survivor of 50 years. And it's cool because Leatherface, I don't know if he recognizes her, but she survived, and he doesn't kill her until she attacks him. Leatherface in itself, it's a very boring character. It's a very boring character because he doesn't say much, doesn't have personality. However, the massacre is amazing. That's what the movie. They put in the movie. The greatness about Chainsaw Massacre is I didn't get a story, but I didn't need to get a story. The greatest of Chainsaw Massacre is I wanted a killer, I got a killer. See, I play this game, right? And I'm a gamer at heart. I'm a gamer. I've been gaming a lot more lately, so I have to go back to gaming a little bit. I'm playing this game, and I've been playing this game for 10 years now. Borderlands 2. A lot of you guys know this game. A lot of you guys know how good the game is. And the reality is, I played maybe 11, maybe 12, maybe 13 playthrough of the game. So the story, I know it by heart. But I still pick up the game. And for the exact same reason that I love Chainsaw Massacre. It's not about the game itself. It's how I feel watching it. That's pretty much it. Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.